What's up, guys, and welcome back here to another weather forecast. My name is Andrew Heischman, and I hope you guys are having an amazing day out there for today. Glad to have everybody here. So, we got ourselves kind of a fresh update here on the tropics, or whatever you want to call it, because here in the Gulf of Mexico, we've been watching over the last few days a potential system that could be causing some problems kind of for like middle next week. We're talking from like Tuesday to Thursday. Could be causing some problems. So, to my friends out there who lives on the Gulf Coast, you might want to listen up here. So, we're going to take a look at a few models. This is not like our normal video we would produce. I just want to go ahead and go over everything we can expect on the unedited, just kind of an uncut view, just to kind of really get as much information out there as possible. So, we're taking a look here at the American GFS model first, and I want you guys to realize something. So, this is basically taking a look at the pressure, essentially. And you're going to notice, as we track our way down here in time, look what happens. We start to get ourselves a little bubble starts popping up there. You notice that? That is an area of lower pressure. And that's actually where we are starting to expect this system to start kicking off here for basically for the 11th or on Tuesday. But as we drive our way down here in time, which is really interesting out of the American GFS's perspective on this, look at this. We have this large, broad area of low pressure. It's a very, very large circle here showing a very, decent sized low pressure system. And then we kind of have like this little stronger vortice on the bottom left-hand corner. So this vortice, what I want to call it, is basically going to be wrapping around this big old broad area of low pressure. I mean, you can see how it's kind of pivoting, kind of swaying a little bit. I just find that pretty interesting here from the GFS's perspective. But anyways, regardless, we are expecting this low pressure system to kick off here basically for Tuesday, track its way through Wednesday, maybe pick up a little bit of strength out there in the Gulf, and then, of course, maybe get towards the U.S. coastline here basically for Thursday into Friday. Now, this could have numerous problems. This could be bringing heavy rainfall. This could be bringing even some swelling of the ocean potentially. And also strong winds could also be a possibility. So, whenever we take a look over here at the European model's perspective, like I said, we just took a look at the American GFS's model. This one right here kind of shows a little bit of a difference. Obviously kind of more better, essentially. Not showing as strong of a low pressure system, but it does still show it. You can see this big old broad area of low pressure it's expected to roll through and, of course, make landfall maybe a little bit more further west than what the GFS had to say. Overall, this model really does not show it too crazy. But anyways, taking a look here back at the GFS model, something I do want to go ahead and point out to you guys is the max expected wind gusts out of this event here. So, as we track way down in time, you notice how those winds really start to crank up here once we move in towards Tuesday with the beginning of the system that starts to kick off there. And as we move our way down even further in time, look at that. Those winds could be getting up as high as maybe up to 45-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Now, really, that's not anything essentially bad. That's kind of around like low-end tropical storm force, honestly. But like I said, it's just really kind of odd to see that we're seeing this system as of now kind of pop up. But as this thing rolls its way towards the coastline, you can see obviously those winds do kind of die down a little bit. But the only concerns I really have at this is the fact that these winds are pointing right there at Louisiana's coastline. Now, obviously, if you know what that means, if you have winds pointing towards the coastline, it moves a lot of water inland. So that could cause maybe a little bit of swelling. Nothing like a hurricane. Definitely nothing like that, but it could cause a little bit of impacts regarding swelling. I mean, same thing even here towards like the panhandle of Florida. Probably some mild swelling could occur with all those winds pushing up north. But that leads us to the next possibility. So typically out of these type of systems, now this basically goes off of multiple factors. It depends on how strong the system is and where it overall ends up. But whenever you typically see these cyclones, the main concern on the right-hand flank, on the right-hand side of the storm structure, that is where we have enough winds and enough energy to possibly even fire off some cyclone-induced tornadoes. Now, what do I mean by cyclone-induced tornadoes? I mean that this cyclone, this low-pressure system, might have the energy to produce multiple tornadoes on it. But like I said, we'll keep that on the back burner for now. I'll go ahead and continue updating you guys on that. But right now, let's just pay attention to the system in general. So as this thing tracks its way through, like I said, obviously making kind of landfall for late Thursday into Friday. Once it moves inland, it could cause some pretty gusty winds there for like Georgia and possibly Alabama, maybe up to like 25, 30 miles an hour, which is nothing too crazy. But like I said, it could get a little gusty at times. But overall, that is that. Now, the next thing that this thing could potentially be bringing. Now, before I show you all the rain out of this here, look what's going on out there towards Florida. We have ourselves a very nasty drought. My girlfriend was actually talking to me about this here earlier today and how dry it's been across Florida. Yeah, this could be very beneficial in terms of rainfall there for Florida. So definitely something that is good news, at least for some people. Anyways, but yeah, you can see how Florida really not seeing too much precipitation. But as we track our way down in time, now this is not really set in stone, but like I said, this thing could be driving up a decent amount of rainfall. This will definitely change when regarding to those accumulations, but I'm really just here to show you just where the streak of heavy rain could exist. Could be bringing a lot of rainfall back for places here in Florida, which could theoretically actually be a good thing for some time, for some people. But it also could have a negative effect in terms of possible flooding as well. So that is what we need to be on the lookout here for. Now, the next thing I want to go and take a look here is the wave height. So this is basically how high the waves could potentially get, and it shows what direction the waves are moving in. So as we track way down in time, once again, I will mention this is the European model here. As we track way down in time, you notice how as the system rolls through, these waves start to get pretty serious. I mean, we're talking these wave heights. You can kind of see the table over here in the red, showing around 20 plus feet. That's literally 20-foot waves moving basically westward here. And once again, it's a little concerning for the coastlines there, possibly towards like eastern Louisiana. And like I said, maybe even there for like portions of Florida as the system rolls through. These regions right in here, right there towards like the coast of, obviously Panhandle, Florida, like Pensacola, kind of just south of Tallahassee. Overall, that is something we need to watch out for, like Mobile, Alabama. Should be watching out for this here. And once again, areas in southeastern Louisiana. Possibly for some swelling and some high seas. So that could obviously bring other concerns. But overall, I just want to go ahead and mention that. That's the European model that was talking about it. Now, the last thing I want to go ahead and show you guys is the fact that the Weather Prediction Center has already talked about this. And like I said, we are seeing a lot of potential heavy rain out of the system here. Look at this. They've highlighted a lot of regions, all the way from southeastern Louisiana, all the way through Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and even up into the Carolina coast. And if you look at it, they're saying flooding occurring or imminent. So basically, with that being said, that was the wrong thing there. But what this is showing here is actually heavy rain potential. I don't know what the heck that flooding thing was about. Anyways, regardless, forget about that. But the heavy rain out of this here, like I said, they have definitely picked up on this, which is definitely interesting here. Kind of showing it starting around the 12th, which is Tuesday, and kind of ending here basically around the 13th. So that's overall kind of what we are seeing. Anyways, my friends, I just want to go ahead and do a quick little update there for y'all. Like I said, this is typically not how I edit these videos, but I just want to go ahead and get this video out as soon as possible because we are doing a live stream here tonight. If you guys do want to join it, like I said, we'll be going live here around 9 o'clock tonight, so 9 o'clock Eastern if you guys do want to join, which will be 8 o'clock Central. We'll be going over the personal forecasts and stuff like that. We'll also be talking about what we just talked about today, maybe a little bit more in depth and stuff like that. But all right, my friends, once again, thank you all so much for joining us. I hope you guys stay safe out there. And like I said, if y'all have any questions, feel free to comment down below. And also, we have our Discord too, so check that out. It'd be greatly appreciated. All right, my friends. Well, like I said, we'll catch y'all later on here for today. Y'all take care, and we'll catch y'all later on. Peace out, my friends. Love y'all. Stay safe.